Asian traits. I've always believed that I chose my own identity. And I've never believed that my race or my gender had any impact whatsoever on who I decided I wanted to be. I always thought that this was my story, printed edition of my personal philosophy, my biology being only background information. People tell me, you have this trait because you're Asian. I say, yeah, nah. In the past, people have called me a banana, as in Asian on the outside, white on the inside, and I'm not going to lie, at first I felt a spike of internalized racist pride, but later I felt wronged. Like my story had been stolen, this journey that's my own, as if my experiences hadn't shaped the soul that nobody else should be able to label, let alone put a color on. And it's true that I don't consider myself very culturally Asian, whatever that means. My parents raised me the way that they thought was best. I was free to become whoever I wanted. But recently I've begun to realize how much of me is molded on denial and my determination to break stereotypes, fight against others' preconceived ideas of me to the extent that maybe my entire personality is just a reaction. In the last year, someone created a Facebook page entitled Subtle Asian Traits, where people post pictures and memes of Asian traits I mostly don't relate to. But what I do relate to is experience, and experience too is culture. The culture of carrying race publicly when I wanted it to be 2% of my identity. Race is something I'll never be able to put down. And now I'm tired of being palatable, tired of woke culture, which is so openly anti-racist that it refuses to hear actual stories of racism, so certain of its own open-mindedness that it refuses to be told that it's closed. I suppose that the amount of energy spent in even deciding to write a poem about race is my culture, and the frustration of being New Zealand and Asian has led me to the revelation that yellow fever and the anti-Asian poll tax is my history, and the mystery of where I'm from is answered not in the color of my skin, but in a lifetime of answering the same question. At a workplace, someone asked my mother if she ate bat, and she just laughed. But I can't laugh. Not when over half my life I've tried to forget why I've never seen myself in movies or in magazines, what that means. But the lack of representation doesn't mean I am invisible. That is why I'm speaking now. I'm reclaiming the sound of my own voice. I'm speaking over the white noise. And with speaking comes at least some closure, some acceptance. At least now I know that this photo would not be the same in a different frame, and maybe I can be okay with that. Maybe I can begin to embrace the stories traced in the features of my face, the struggles sewn in the cells of my skin, the history passed from lips to lips. The truth is, I am forced by something wider than myself. I'm gathering water gathered by those from before. They are the windows and I am the door, because I need from above some light, need to let down the crossroad signs, because whilst biology historically has shaped me, at the same time, this story is still mine.